Excuse me. Well, Halito. You know, another thing that kind of came to mind. My old place I used to live at when I was young, up on Early Street. We had a creature in the backyard. Well, technically, it wasn't our backyard. It was the neighbor behind us, his backyard. There was like a chain link fence, and but he had like these tall hedges. You know the hedges that grow, and you cut them off all perfect square. But he had these tall hedges, and so it's really hard to see in his backyard. But he had an old shed back there, and his shed was almost right up against our fence. We had a little clubhouse we built. It was 2 trees and like a platform and 2 legs. Yeah, stairs going up it. But anyway, me and my brother saw this thing twice. Now, years ago, years ago, I can't remember if I was in Phoenix, Arizona, or what. But me and him talked about it. I asked him if he remembered that creature in the backyard, the guy's backyard that we saw. And he jogged his memory a little bit, and he remembers it. But in his mind, he sort of said that he thinks it's more like probably a squirrel. That's not what I remember. I remember just think about this. I want to do a rendition, a drawing of it to the best of my ability. But I picture a spider. Picture a spider about the size of a lobster or a large crab, all black, shiny black, and it was climbing on the eave. This little shed had like a little eave. They had a shed there and the roof, and they had a little eave. And the eave is one of those sort of like ventilated eaves where if you're on the inside of the shed, you could drop something out the wall into the outside. And this creature, this crab spider thing, looked like it was sort of crawling underneath it and dipping from the roof part back up inside the shed. Twice we've seen this thing. Now, my brother says he thinks it's a squirrel. Hindsight, he thinks it's probably a squirrel. I don't remember anything that resembles a squirrel. I've seen many a squirrel. Here in Houston, here we have gray squirrels and we have red squirrels. But we have more gray squirrels than red squirrels. And this was not a squirrel. This was it was a crab-like creature. Crab, lobster, crab. This thing was a large crab without the pinchers. And 8 legs, shiny. When it walked, it made the sound as it was trying to grip the wood and the shingling, and climb up underneath the eave. This thing existed. Now both, again, my old house is torn down now, and of course, the neighbor, his house is also torn down. It's gone, and so there's no way in the world I would ever get an image of this, the original image of this little shed and everything, how our backyard looked. I can maybe go on Google Maps or historic aerials, but the resolution is just not there enough to see down in our backyard. This is very, it's somewhat wooded. But yeah, that was a creature in the backyard that to this very day is ever so often I'll kind of think about it, and I sort of stopped thinking about it until recently. I mean, being in the Spring Branch and seeing my old place and everything, and yeah, it just sort of came back that yeah, there was a creature in the backyard. Kind of strange. And who knows what it was? Again, I don't know. I just know it was large, maybe 8, 9 inches, 10 inches across. I mean, it was that kind of large, like lobster size. But yeah, that's a weird memory. I want to try to. I'm hoping this rendition is this artist rendition is gonna be good. I'm gonna probably use some AI or something, because I haven't drawn things in a minute. But yeah, that's a strange memory. That's a strange memory, and there's no way. Yeah, there's no other way I can even explain how this thing looked upside down, climbing to the bottom of this thing, dipping into the shed. And I had a stick, long stick in my hand. I was like, man, what is that? Because I was just sort of shocked. I'm like, is that a spider? Is that a crab? What, my mind could not grasp what this thing was. And really my my thought process, it wasn't a spider. My thought process, it was some strange crab, upside down crab climbing on the side of the shed, which don't make no sense because, you know, I mean, there's a big crab out there, but not like that. Not, you know, especially in Houston. You know, along Galveston or in Florida. In Florida, the big old, what do they call them, apple crabs? They're big old giant crabs. I've seen those in Key West and Long Key. They just big old crabs. So yeah, that's all I got on that. I mean, that's just a weird memory, a one-off memory. Jabeez Electric Key.